Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back to do the post-weigh-in face-off show. Not running through the full card predictions. So if you want my predictions on every single fight, you're going to have to go back and watch my Wednesday video. I posted that Wednesday for everybody, so if you didn't watch it, I'd advise you to watch it. It was a dope video. But this video, we're going to keep it short and sweet, and it's going to be dope as well. So hopefully everybody is doing great. And I'm going to help make your bank account great again. I got some props. We'll do some parlays. I got Betway opened up here. And hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm seeing for some of these props. I'm liking a lot of them. I'm sniffing a lot of submissions. Last time in Brazil, we seen 7 knockouts. So this time around, I think we're going to see a lot of submissions. So that's what I'm going to say first and foremost on the show here. I think we're going to see a lot of submissions. Next thing I want to talk about, 3 people miss weight. Don't like to see that on a big card like this. That's why it's not even worth going through the full card predictions, because I'm probably going to cover everybody with the props and parlays, stuff like that. But the people that miss weight, Ismael Bonfim, I was pumped to see that guy fight, and he missed weight. Vince from Hell missed weight too, but he made weight with that extra hour. And Bonfim, I don't even think he tried to cut weight, so that fight scrapped. That's very unfortunate. I was pumped for that one. And I was going to switch my pick to one underdog. This guy, Victor Hugo, fought on the Dana White Contender Series. He missed weight only by like a kilo, he said. And then Marcos didn't want to take the fight, is what it is. So that one scrapped. I think Victor Hugo might have pulled through in that spot. He was an underdog, Brazilian, fighting Marcos, who didn't look great against Davy Grant. So that's another one. Pretty upsetting to see that one get scratched, right? And then Eduarda Mura, she's still on the card, but she missed weight by a boatload of pounds. She's a lot bigger than her opponent at the face-off as well. That's a pretty easy ticket, pretty easy parlay piece. I mean, she's going to win the fight probably by finish. She's definitely going to be a play for me at some point. I don't have a bet on her yet, but I mean, I don't see her losing that fight, even though a lot of big girl underdogs have been pulling through. Not a lot, but some of them, right? And I did take Ashley Yoder in the past. I'm trying to take some of these girl underdogs, but I haven't been getting lucky, and I don't think anybody taking the underdog here is going to get lucky. Not much else to talk about for people weighing in. Everybody else looked phenomenal. They all made weight. They look sharp. They're ready to go. So, looking at the platinum picks here, only one platinum pick has changed, and I didn't have a chance to change it for the Patreon members. So I'm going to tell you guys what it is. I have here Kai Brahalo, medium confidence. Oh, actually, I did change it. So I did change it. I'm not going to tell you what I have for the method of victory. I have a medium confidence Kai Brahalo against Abus Magomedov. I'll tell you what, round 2. I think round 2, round 3 is definitely live for Kai Brahalo. And since I pretty much gave it away already, it's going to be a finish, probably by a submission. Kai Brahalo. I'm going to predict another submission for him. So that's a pick that changed from the early prediction show. Looking at the picks here, what else do I want to give you? I had Ismael Bonfim by finish, so the other guy I had by a finish, Brazilian, Elves Brenner. I have high confidence here. That's kind of a medium confidence play now. I think he's going to find the knockout shot or a submission. He can do one or the other. Last time we seen the knockout, but he likes the submissions. Has a lot of different submissions he can use. He's not just using the rear naked choke, man. He can do the knee bar, arm triangle. He can do it all on the ground. So I'm really expecting Elves Brenner to find a finish at some point. Don't have a bet on it, but that's definitely one of my picks that has changed. I think originally I didn't even predict that fight. So yeah, Kyan Krucheski, I don't think he's getting it done here on short notice. What else? What else do you guys want to know? Props of the week, locks of the week. If you're not on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, you better start following it now, because they had access to some free stuff. My locks were out there yesterday. And Discord, absolutely free. They have access to the props, all 4 of them. And I'm going to give you guys all 4 as well. And they had early access to the locks. So I didn't have everything out there on the early prediction show, but on this show, I'm going to give it to you. Discord already has it. Instagram followers already have it. So, yeah. If they're listening, they know what I want to talk about. But for everybody else, they're just dying to hear it. The locks of the week. I'm going to pull them up now. We're going double locks. Rodrigo Nascimento, Brazilian. This is a rematch fight against Dontel Mays.
I like the way you said it. Man.
And I think Dontail's just going to get submitted again here. Round 2, probably. Another round 2 submission. I could definitely see that. But definitely the safest thing to do would be play at money line. We just seen him go the distance a couple times. A couple greasy split decisions. Now that he's off the juice, might not find that sub. Still the pick. Still a high confidence pick. Let's tag on Rinya Fakardinov. It was plus money. I don't believe his opponent Zaleski DeSantos is set up to win here. And I'm pretty confident in Rinya Fakardinov. Confident enough to make him my lock of the week. He's definitely safe to parlay. And now it's time for the props of the week. We're going to give you all 4 of them. You guys are great. So smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. Which one do you want first? You want the most confident one? Let's do that, okay? Like I said, Rodrigo Nascimento submission. That's probably the most confident prop for me. 3 times your money. Plus 240. I think that's great. In his last fight against Dontail, that's what he did. Got the submission. So I expect us to see it here again in his home country. Yeah, I really like Nascimento in this spot. His last couple fights, he did go the distance. So this is the one that he can definitely find a finish in. I think he's set up to find the submission as well. So let's see how I do on that one. Next most confident pick. Not judging by the odds here, because it should be Rinya Fakardinov plus 275, but I don't think that's my most confident one. I think I'm more confident in Victor Petrino plus 330, guys. He won his last fight by a submission. Modestus Bacchus isn't the worst striker. Probably butchered his last name and don't care. He won his last 2 fights as an underdog. I think this is the one he loses. By finish, probably. But I'm going to snipe the submission. Plus 330. I'm pretty confident in that. Petrino can get the fight to the ground. I expect him to. And he's probably going to sink in the rear naked choke. A lot of people probably high on that knockout. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going submission with pretty high confidence. Let's get it. And then, yeah, Ismail Bonfim, he's taken off. So, plus 400 by a submission. That ain't going to hit. I know I said he had a submission in November when he fought years ago. And let me look at this paper. I don't have my notes in front of me, but I had a funny stat on that one. I know it's canceled now, but the stat is definitely worth pulling up on these papers I have over here on the table. Ismail Bonfim, he's 1-0 in November, won in round 2 by arm triangle. And the submission loss for Vince Piquel, who is a wrestler, he averages a couple of takedowns. So I expected him to get the fight to the ground and Bonfim to sink the sub. Because listen here, he has a submission loss to Gregor Gillespie, who was 11-0 at the time. Gregor Gillespie submitted him in round 2 by arm triangles. So that win for Bonfim in November 2016 by arm triangle, it has me thinking he's going to find that submission after getting submitted so bad last fight. And we all know Gabriel Bonfim's going to get the submission for double your money on the main event. So yeah, I think Ismail Bonfim plus 400 was a sick play. And we're not going to get it. The guy's a joke. Can't make weight. It's crazy that he didn't make weight, though, because his brother's on this card. He knew he was going to be on this card for how many weeks, and he couldn't make weight. Let's see what the UFC is going to do for his punishment, and let's see who he gets lined up with next. If it's going to be an easy fight, a hard fight, or if they just get rid of this guy. I don't know. Probably not going to get rid of him, because he was supposed to be on this card, but I expect him to get punished in some way. Probably going to get a tough matchup next. Definitely going to get a tough one next. Can't be doing shit like that. Come on now. Make weight, bud. We all wanted to see that one. And then, last thing I want to talk about on the show here. Short and sweet. Let's crack the moonshine for good luck. I didn't do any parlays yet on Betway. I have it pulled up. Ooh, that was loud. Crack this. Okay, we're going to talk about the comments. And we're going to have a drink here. Oh, that's fucking nasty. Oh, apple pie moonshine fucking... Yeah, apple pie... It's not straight moonshine. It's a mixed drink. It's only 6% and it's terrible. I hate apple. Don't know why I cracked that. Whew! Gross. Disgusting. Well, comments from the last video. Someone just commented like 3 minutes ago, what are your most confident prelim picks? Brother. if you didn't watch the show, my most confident prelim picks would have to be probably Vitor Petrino. He's going to get that one done. I kept saying Victor Petrino. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Bear with me. Vitor Petrino. I think he's getting it done, like I said, probably by a submission. Play it safe by finish. It's in front of the Brazilian fans. They're going to be loud. And I know Bacchus has won his last 2 fights since coming back to the UFC, but I think this is the one where he gets finished. He got knocked out to Khalil Roundtree. Jimmy Crute got submitted to a 19-5 guy in round 1, 2016. Submissions live, knockouts live. Petrino's a high confidence pick. Rinya Fakardinov, lock of the week. He's on the prelims, so yeah. That's another one. Elves Brenner. I think a lot of us on the Discord like Elves Brenner, if you want to go with him. What's another sheet? Denise Gomes. Denise Gomes, she's on here. I like Denise Gomes. A lot of people might disagree with that one. I know Angela Hill has a lot of experience, but Denise Gomes is hungry. She has power. She has lots of volume. And Angela Hill, she honestly got dropped in her last couple fights. I don't know what people are watching on their tape study, but I seen her get dropped and tested on the feet. Remember that Mackenzie Dern fight when we all thought Mackenzie Dern could beat her on the ground with the grappling, and then Dern beat her on the feet? Yeah, come on. I think Denise Gomes is very, very live for the knockout shot. There's another high confidence prelim pick for you. I'm going to have another swig of this disgusting apple pie moonshine. Let's go, Denise Gomes. Let's get it. Holy fuck, that's gross. Never, ever get this stuff, and you probably can't get it because it's only in Prince Edward Island, Canada. Just up the road at the Apple Orchard. I can't believe they sell that shit. I don't assume they sell much. I'm probably selling Patreon better than they are because we have been absolutely hot. The locks are hot. I hit the last 3, so that's a good reason to tail these 2 here at plus money. And I've been doing some sports bets. I want to talk about that real quick. We've been crushing it. NBA, NHL, I've been doing it all. A lot of research has been going into it, so that's why we're winning. Like, I don't watch all the games, but I do a lot of research. It's been paying off. I hit a 20x. I hit 7 NHL players over 1 shot. I mean, 20x for that parlay, 7 players for over 1 shot. That was easy money, easy money. $1 for 20, 10 for 200, whatever you guys wanted to do. And that was the only NHL bet I posted yesterday. So if they wanted to tail an NHL bet, they had one and only to tail 20xer. That's smacked. $5 a month. So everybody on Patreon ain't leaving. I'm telling you that now. So join the link in the bio below. Patreon is popping off right now. I just had a bunch of new members join. I want you guys to be one of them because I'm assuming a lot more are going to join for this fight night. And we got a lot more good fight nights coming up to end 2023. And listen, like I said, I'm putting all sports on Patreon in one package until 2024. Once 2024 rolls around, then we'll see about adding a package for all sports like the NBA, NHL, and then having the UFC separate. That's something I'm thinking about. We'll see. Probably going to happen, so join the link in the bio. And let's get right into these parlays. I'm going to put the iPad up here right in front of me. And we're going to dive deep into a winning parlay for everybody here. Let's start it off with Vitor Petrino money line. He gets it done. This is not the fight where Modestas Bacchus gets it done. He's won his last 2 as an underdog. He ain't getting it done 3 in a row as a dog. Not in Brazil. It ain't happening. This Brazilian is not lined up to win either. Zaleski dos Santos. So put Rinya Fakardinov money line on there. Elves Brenner, like I said, a lot of people in Discord are pretty confident in him. Krucheski coming in here short notice. Don't love it. Let's put on Brenner. We're putting on Brenner. Petrosian. I like Petrosian. I said he was going to be a lock, and he just didn't get there for me. I don't love it. I think Rodolfo Vieira could submit him. It's live. Petrosian really needs to prove to us in this fight that he can stop takedowns and he can just fire away and hunt a knockout because we haven't seen him get the knockout lately. I think this is the one that he can find it. Maybe I'll get to a spot on a knockout bet for Petrosian. Ermin Petrosian. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I don't want to butcher his last name because I really like this guy. Knockout plus 225. Might get there. I might get there. I seriously might. That's something to consider, but he's not going to be on this parlay I'm giving you. So let's keep it going. We got Petrino, Fakardinov, Brenner. Let's tag on Kyle Brahalo. Rodrigo Nascimento, another lock. I'm very confident in those 5 for 5X. But tag on the brother, Gabriel Bonfim, the real deal, the guy that knows how to make weight. This guy's going to make a 6-fold, 6X. So you can take the 5-fold for 5X or just tag on another lock, right? 6-fold, 6X. It's going to smack. You put 10 on it, you get 60. $5 can go back towards Patreon. You still got $55. Come on. You put $5 on it, you make 30 bucks. That's still enough profit to come to my Patreon and start winning some more bets because we got a bunch of them right now. I got over $300 bet tonight, and it's on the UFC on Saturday, on the NBA tonight, so get in there, get your bets, and let's make some money. Let's keep it hot. I am so stoked for this card, although some fights that I was very pumped up for got taken off. I'm still pumped up for this card because we haven't seen fights in a week. I am not only fiending for someone to get punched in the face, but I am fiending for someone to get submitted. That's right, I'm calling for more submissions than knockouts on this card. Last time in Brazil, we seen 7 knockouts. This time, we're going to see more submissions than knockouts. I'm not going to say 7. I'm forecasting that we're going to see more submissions than knockouts. So get after those single bets because there's a lot of value on this card. Just looking at Betway here, I'm going to put some single bets down for sure. The value is incredible. Like, we're getting Bonfim at 2x for a submission. You're getting Nascimento 3x for a submission. He already did that like 3 years ago to Dontel. And if we can snipe Brahalo by submission, that's another 3x. So a lot of good single bets. But one I want everybody to stay away from, main event. This one's kind of greasy. Derek Lewis is live for the KO. I said it on the early prediction show. The full card prediction show, if you go back and listen, like, Derek Lewis is always live for the knockout shot. I always bet Derek Lewis for a knockout shot, and I know you guys probably do too. So don't put Jailton Almeida on your top tickets. I'm not betting $1.66 for a Jailton Almeida submission. At that price, I am leaning Jailton Almeida by knockout 3x plus 200. There's a lot more value there. He has a couple knockouts. Maybe he can ground and pound Derek Lewis out once Lewis gets tired. I know Jailton's going to get the takedowns here. Probably find that rear naked choke, but $1.66 is definitely a stay away for me. That's a steamed ass price, and I ain't touching it.
I like the way you said it. Nice.